Hi fragrance lovers! Today I am going to speak about the Tonka bean. This is an ingredient that I have always loved, but I have decided to prepare some content about it because the other day I was in a Michelin star restaurant with a friend of mine. The restaurant is called A Tempo, and he offered me a dessert based on vanilla mocha with some laminated almond, a hint of roasted coffee and a bit of tonka on top, and it was really impressive. So he said, and this is curious, that in cuisine they use the tonka beans from Madagascar, while in perfumery we use the tonka beans from South America, mostly Venezuela and Brazil. So I got very interested about it, and that's why I'm here, and I am going to provide you some interesting information and tips. My friend, the chef, told me that it is very important to use tonka in cuisine in very subtle proportions because it provides extreme bitterness to the ensemble. It is curious, but in perfumery, the effect that tonka is providing is quite different. It is bitter yet gourmand, very connected to a dessert, and also with a reminiscent of lavender and the ocean. So at the restaurant, I took the tonka beans in my hands, played with them, felt their textures, smelled them, their main coumarin element, and I realized that I love this raw material so much. It makes me happy. To me, the tonka is interesting because it provides depth, contrast between the bitterness and the sweetness, and a very gourmand note to the nose, although not to the taste. It is wonderful. So I use it to enhance, in the first place, tobacco hay accords, in the second place, vanilla balsamic accords, and then also gourmand accords, among others. As I said, the tonka bean used in perfumery comes from South America, and in Brazil it is known as cumaru, not tonka. Cumaru is the root word for coumarin, which is the major chemical inside the tonka bean absolute, up to a 90%. Coumarin was one of the first, if not the first, synthetic aromatic chemical synthesized in the 19th century. And it was used for the first time in Fougère Royale by Vigan. So this is just a curious fact for you to know. There is no tonka essential oil that I know. In perfumery, we use the absolute extract of the same, an extraction with the help of volatile solvents and a later purification in alcohol. Let's speak now about the olfactory characteristics of tonka. Tonka is a highly textured, very rich and spectacularly high volume element. Its character is therefore remarkable. It's smelling intensely of tobacco, hay, coumarin, reminiscent of almond and dried fruits, also connecting to lavender, the ocean. It is very, very multifaceted, as you can see. It is used to impart more depth and contrast and to accentuate the deeper sides of tobacco, fougère, balsamic, gourmand, or woody accords. We can also use it to enhance floral accords, such as those based on heliotropin, melilotus, or helichrysum absolute. If I had to choose one element that I value in tonka, I would say contrast. As you know, I am a big fan of contrast in fragrance. I think it's an amazing tool to provide aliveness to the fragrance, and we find many scents in nature which present contrast. So I believe we should be using that in our creations. I use tonka to carve and fine-tune the fragrances I formulate. It helps me provide more complexity to them, create an unexpected layer, an element of surprise and contrast. And those elements of surprise and contrast are what will make us fall in love with the fragrance. Those are the elements that will provide the magic in it. We have a lovely new fragrance in our latest collection, Fall Winter. I will smell it with you because this is an exploration of the Tonka facets. So the name of the fragrance is In Love with Kumaru, and we find a main coumarin element in the dry down, which provides texture to the tobacco, the hay. Then those are a little bit rough, so are softened by a fig element, slightly lactonic but not too much, which combine with the oud. We have added Kumaru oud in this creation, so the depth of the creation and the lasting is fantastic. The fig element in the heart of the fragrance connects with the aromatic lavender element on top. It's a floral lavender, so we have added a bit of helichrysum too. It's very, very nice, very round, very alive. It breathes very well, and it is super long lasting. I love it. Well, this is the end of this chapter. I hope you have enjoyed it, and to see you soon with more contents in our VIP channel, the one and original Virtual Interactive Perfumery experience. See you soon, guys, and my scented regards to all of you.